Hello and welcome to the git-python development stream. It's Byron speaking, and today we're going to tackle, I think, 3 tickets at once. 2 of them are relatively easy to fix, and one of them is basically just giving some ideas about possible solutions. Excuse the bad sound, but there's some noise going on here, and I can't get my voiceover distance to the microphone just yet, so there's a lot of reverb going on here thanks to the room. But yeah, let's do this one first. Issue 251. Value error. Offset must be 0 or positive. Hello. I have an error that seems to occur occasionally that I'm trying to track down. First, some versions. Thank you very much for that, fellow developer. You know what has to be done. Python 2.7, that's good to know. Latest git-python, definitely good to know. At times, calling the stream data method with a file handle on a blob object produces the following. That's, I think, the first word here is already the interesting one. At times, spurious, occasionally, kind of gets me thinking right away. Okay. Basically this just triggers an object to be read, which goes down to git-db pack, whose cursor whose offset size is botched. So I guess this is none or negative. Even though I'm not sure what it would say. Maybe it would say type error if you feed in something that is none. Or it just doesn't care and says, if you're not an int, then I tell you make it 0 positive, and that really depends. Yeah. Let's check. What should I check? Should I check the code? Oh yeah, it's mmap now, by the way. Something that's worth noting too. Let's first finish the issue. One step after the other. Damn it, markup didn't work. Can I edit this one? Can I fix it? That's the first fix of today. Like so. Unfortunately, there's no preview. I sent the guys a ticket, or let's say request the GitHub guys to make preview work here, because it would be so useful, right? Did I fix it? I don't know. I will just update the comment. And there we go. I did fix it indeed. As you can see, the traceback begins with a call from... Oh yeah, I could also say that I'm streaming this one. No live on. Twitch. Right. So, as you can see, the traceback begins with a call from the SaltStack file server. I'm one of the developers there. What is SaltStack file server? Just for my information. SaltStack. Probably unique enough. saltstacksystems.com. Systems configuration and cloud management. Show me. Oh yeah, it's taking a long time, I guess, because of the streaming activity that is going on, using all my bandwidth. And I'm really considering to upgrade my bandwidth here, because it was never meant to have a high upstream, because I was never meant to do the streaming stuff, but hey, that's how it is. Automate much faster. Rendered with, well, at least a lot of radiosity going on. V-Ray maybe? V-Ray? Sure, sample count is high, but I would say it's V-Ray. It doesn't have this mental ray look. Or Brazil. Here the small details come out quite fine. I'd say it's V-Ray, but who knows. Good. So then, as mentioned earlier, I can only reproduce this on occasion. I can attempt to gather debugging values as needed, though it will be a little tricky. I do concur. These spurious bastards are tricky ones, usually. I would also happily accept any theories about reasons this might happen, which are only tangentially related to git-python. Say locked files, half-written files, etc, etc. Those shouldn't be ruled out, as this error is produced during our automated integration testing, which creates and destroys Git repos for each test case. Many thanks. For any leads and advice, let me know how I can help. Thanks. Yeah, that's definitely a great ticket. Thank you very much for that. I will just acknowledge it, even though I couldn't reproduce it. You don't need to try to reproduce a spurious error. Do I remember having seen that? No, but that doesn't mean anything. I haven't seen many things in my life, and this is definitely one of them. Good. So let's start. Let's start to do some thinking on this. First, I'd like to know what this means. Does it mean none or does it mean negative int? Because that's a difference. I would say this is never negative, because streams are always only added to, that the offset basically, it should never be negative. And I've never seen that before. So do I have SM map here? I do. Well, that's good. That's SM map mem. So OFS is set to 0. Then it can copy from another OFS, which also should only be 0. Then we have offset minus region. That's the B, I think, is the byte offset there. Yeah. Thanks to myself for naming my variables like that. But hey, you can't have everything. Sometimes you want conciseness, sometimes you want maintainability, and that's kind of, they counteract each other. OFS, so here it's assigned as well. Once again to this minus B, dash B. Let's find that little bugger. All right, that's in SM map butyl. That's a map region. Okay, it's also initialized from an offset, and it doesn't check that. So it could be fed something useless, but it's created in SM map internally. So if something useless comes in, it's entirely contained in SM map. All right, there we go. Let's see where else this is assigned. So that seems to be it, right? Let's try to do a full search. Yeah, it's self-contained in mmman, and it's never being assigned none, but it has the potential for negative values if you look at this abstraction there. Even though that of course shouldn't happen, but who knows? And in Python we can't really say that. Yeah, even in other languages, if you say it's UN, then you would get garbage values if that thing tries to go negative, and then ends up being a very high positive number. But in any case, I would like to see if it's none or negative. So tell me, offset must be 0 positive. I think that's quite a distinct message. C, buffer object. All right, so it does indeed convert. It's amazing. Pi size t. How can pi size t even be negative? Size types are positive types, aren't they? What the heck? I mean, I don't even try to use Sublime Text to dig down and understand what pi size t is with type devs. Oh wait, it's C. No type devs. But weird preprocessor directives and stuff, no way. But size t should be positive only, but apparently it's not. Anyway, I won't judge that, but I do believe that size types are always positive. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's more like a pointer offset, which can be negative as well. Probably it's that. Anyway, I said that many times now. It is a value, so that became negative indeed. I guess it wouldn't get here if it's none. because that guy probably has to unpack its values, and by doing that it needs a type check, and the type check would say that one of your items is none. Okay, wait, I'm stupid. Here we might go, where does it, here we have a new buffer object. Here it gets its values. No, it doesn't, that's an empty buffer object. Here we have Python args, there we go. And just to be sure, parse tuple, yeah. So here we have two numbers. Good, so that would exclude none from being returned here. So we are indeed negative. Good, let's keep track of that. So good, so we had this one subtraction here that would have the chance to put it into the negative realm. I mean, sure, RS, here we could copy it, but that doesn't matter. The code is the only thing that after all changes this. Where's the map region? Region B, so how's B set again? Set is initialized by an object. Where's the map region being created? MMman uses it. Map region list is there as well. But that doesn't matter. Here we create a few. Oh, that's just a test. Fine. Good. So it's totally self-contained in mmap, I guess. And it creates a region list, which in turn creates when does it append to that? I think it has, does it have some sort of map window, map region list? Oh, it's interesting. It really doesn't create these. I mean, how does it append to a region? Oh, not at all. How's, I just want to track down how map region is initialized to see what OFS can be. Let's try to find that. Tests, no. It's not initialized directly. So what happens here? Yeah, that's just a dumb list basically. It has to get its value. I mean, just a dumb list, it's just a list with more stuff in it. Some additional values, some additional tracking data. Map region class, here we have it. Why didn't I see it up there? Because I'm blind. That is the only answer I have for that. And here it starts. So it's created in a few spots, but only, I mean, mid, that's something it gets from its region. I think it searches its regions, which are sorted, by offset, and then it basically tries to find a region that matches the cursor that we just want to jump to, and if it has one mapped, it will use that, and otherwise it will create a new region, get a new mapping there. And that's this thing. That's basically the path this particular SM map manages. And yeah, so here potentially negative value could be copied, but you know what? I think the best guess I have for where this happens is this one. That's the only subtraction. And maybe I'm wrong and things can go negative in other places, but I would take this one. There seems to be okay, if offset is small, the requested offset is small, I mean the region it obtains, you know, it's weird, the region it obtains, no wait, when, one more time, let's go 158. The region it obtains is supposed to include the offset that we are at right now. And I would be very surprised if that's not the case here, because that's all that obtain region does after all. Either it creates a region that matches our requirements or it uses an existing one. So how is how can it possibly be that all of a sudden this value is higher than the other one? I could put in an assertion, that's for sure. And yeah, maybe that's the best thing I can do as an active means. Here we only add something, and we don't write that value anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Right. So that should do. Let's jump there. git-db xtsm map. Thanks. That still works. I'm happy. I'm always afraid of some stupid typos that I put in there and then I destroy the code. The code just destroy the program. Issue 251 it was, yeah. Yeah, maybe that helps. I'll just push this. Oh wait. Let's save some energy. Some cloud energy. Damn it. get that up. Actually, maybe I just run the test once. Maybe I can for some reason reproduce this, but I would be surprised. I mean, the own test suite apparently can't do it. Yeah, like so. Yeah, that shouldn't make a difference. Good, git-python is loaded. I can now change the branch back. And yeah, this is that. I have loaded a branch and SM map branch with a single assertion that might help getting notified. Then that's just the Python code itself, right? And SM map branch. There we go. What's next? Next, I think, spurious errors, multi-threading, data races, and yeah. Sorry, I can't think even and type at the same time. Yeah, nobody does that. Not in the Python world. Makes no sense really. To have threading and share your resources. No, that's not happening here. I bet. But prove me wrong. No, don't prove me wrong. Because you just don't do that. Or if you did, you would have run into issues before, I suppose. Right. Then yeah, right. What can you do? I think yeah. Let's make a new section. What could you do? Right away. I think, how again can I get a numbered list? Tell me. Lists, there it was. Come on, no. Unordered, ordered. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Well, fine. If I have to number it myself, then I would have known that. I wanted auto numbering, man. So second should be that one. First is actually try to get rid of that implementation. Avoid the custom gitdb implementation by instantiating your git repo object with git repo path odbt is git command object db. They always have to look that bugger up because of the abbreviation which are in there, and I always forget if it's abbreviated or not, but that's one, yeah. Bad API design. I blame myself and only myself for that. I was young and didn't know better. Yes, so that's really something you should do first, I suppose. This will have performance implications though, either to the better or the worse. Well, that's a truism, isn't it? Because of course it's either to the better or to the worse. Maybe it's equal, but in real life probably the values change each time you run it anyway. So yeah, truisms are great because if you can't say anything, you can always say that. There we go. I think that's pretty decent. That's stuff you can definitely do. And then we rolled out the multi-threading kind of. What else is there? Issues with what happens if the mapping fails. Where does it map stuff? And I know that there's one, even git-python has that. Ah, yeah, only this once, because SMMap should be the one and only one who maps stuff all the time. Mmap. Oh, it's interesting. It just gets a little. Oh no, wait. Gets more. Why don't I find anything here? Because I want to see where it actually allocates or opens a mapping. It should be in Udall. I wouldn't be surprised if it's there, but I don't find it. What is going on? You have to map your stuff at some point. So here we go. Ah, it doesn't use dot notation. Oh, how bad is that? Ew. So up here, see? Also tells me that it's an error. Back then I didn't have a linter. Okay, so I didn't import the module, I imported the mmap object itself. There we go. So what happens if that fails? Let's say system or process can't get any more file handles, or the system runs out of resources and stuff. What happens? I think finally it would crash. It would crash nicely. Would get an OS error and would crash nicely. And it doesn't have any fallback for just reading a file directly or something. read into memory. Yeah, but that's just the test mode, so good, that doesn't happen. git-db also does that kind of stuff, but it has see, locate memory, file contents, read only. Oh ho. Yeah, there. I'm just checking git-db pack, because I think as mmap allocates is mapping itself. git-db does it too for I wonder why git-db would actually do that, because git-db uses as mmap exclusively, I thought. So let's have a look. Page size. Okay, that's not the one. That's good. Stream. Okay, page size, page size. Oh wait, page size, page size, page size, page size. Blah, 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 blah. Only page size access. Good. Stream and util. I think that was the one that actually tries to allocate something. Allocate memory. Used in. Plenty of spaces. Ah, okay, but it's a negative file handle here, so it's just, it really is just space in memory that gets flushed to disk if necessary, flushed to swap if necessary, if the system is out of memory and stuff, which is awesome. Fast way to get just a block of memory in Python. And this is what it does here. So that's unrelated. That's good. And file contents read only, that actually tries to read a file. When does it do that? Yeah, let's close this one down first. In git index, good. I mean, yeah, I think index and log, these guys, they don't use an as mmap because the files are too small to make that a possible necessity. Yeah, okay, good. Oh, and the lose object implementation does that too? Really? Map lose object, yeah. But okay, I guess it also says that, yeah, well, it could use an as mmap, but it doesn't, because implementing the cursor-based access is more difficult. Yeah, so I'm thinking that after all, this is self-contained in as mmap. Stuff happens there. And I was hoping to find anything that would basically tell me what would happen if the system runs out of resources. But I think that particular code that we have been, or that we saw, it would just crash. And that's the only place where it happens, is it? Yeah. Okay, tests ran. I was assuming that this would happen. Okay. So if that can be ruled out, then yeah. Should I write this there? Yeah, but in a sub notation. How does that look like? La la la. That looks good. Good. Resources. We had, what else is there? Yeah, that's the best guess I have. Is there anything? That's a bit odd. Spurious, multi-threading. Yeah, that's it. Maybe there's more. Let's bounce it back. Yeah, I don't know if it's the best or not, but it's at least something. Like so. Bada boom. Bada boom. That's it. Now, some other tickets. So that's kind of the inverse of the ticket I had before. It's like, bam, here you go, fucker. That's how I feel when I see these tickets. Even though I must say, you know, in their conciseness and shortness, I had to acknowledge them because it's the truth. So thanks for that. Yet, you know, it's the tone sometimes that comes out wrong if it's just like, I don't care or fuck you. But, you know, communication. Good. Let's do that. So I think I just had the file open. Remote update. Doesn't do anything. That is the absolute truth. Let's make it do something. Yeah, so I can just pass these along. And that should work. Preparing a commit, self-confident as I am. Fixes, which one? 250, of course. Good. So that will be fixed in the moment I commit. Then the next one, I think it's 249, but can't be bothered to change the URL. That's a different one. Remote fetch generates exception when kwargs is set to prune equals true. And yes, I had to acknowledge that too, because there is a potential for that. Apparently no one ever ran that like it. So let's have a look if anywhere the prune part is tested. Test, objects, tree, blah, blah, blah. Give me some tests. Here we go. Oh no, that's not the one that's that's pruning in a traversal. Paragraphs, no, test remote. Here we go. Prune stale tracking branches. Where's prune? Yeah, that's the best one here, but apparently it's nowhere tested really. I mean, not directly, maybe not explicitly, maybe indirectly, by checking some fetch heads. Where is that stuff? It's not in a fetch head, it's in the output coming from git stdr when fetching. I would just like to add this somewhere. Maybe I should add it here. After all, this one would be the control character. So I could just add a fake here. Let's just use this one again. I think it doesn't care if it's duplicated. And as long as the files match up. So I can now put this thing here, put in an X. I think cases don't matter here. What would it say? What would it say? Let's check. Push info. And it puts in a capital X, look at that. So I'll do the same. No match. Oh no, wait, that's no match. It doesn't say. Yeah, shit. Okay, maybe I should reproduce it properly, because I thought this would do exactly the same, but I can't be sure about that, so let's not hack it. No hacking today. Oh. Well, no hacking that I'm aware of. Maybe I am hacking, but don't realize it, which would be even worse, I guess. Yeah, let's recreate this issue. Okay, let's build this test case. Can I use this? Let's see. Test base. At least this one has a remote local configuration going on. Let's use just here. Yeah. Let's kick it. Oh, I wanted to jump. No, I don't have to jump in. It's fine. So that we can evaluate the files that are left behind. Where's the debugging output? Come on. I'm blind this morning. And it's very early in the morning, as you can see, but it should... What the heck? Oh, yeah, I remember. You know, these decorators, they usually realize, oh, there's an assertion error, so you probably want to keep the output for debugging. But this is the only implementation that doesn't have that feature. So usually I always go in again, prevent it from removing stuff instead of fixing it. You know, I've done it so many times. But again, you know, fuck it. And I want to print this. I don't need it often enough. I'm fine doing this, apparently. And that's the remote, but the remote we can figure out from the repository. Good, let's run it again. And here we are. There's the repository. Let's just jump there. Oops. And let's check the setup. Because I think I should be able to reproduce it. So that's the origin. So we now create a branch there. How many branches do we have even? Oh yeah, quite a lot. It's based on our own clone after all. So we can go into the origin. And kick a branch. Yep, that one. And now, oops, that's the wrong one. And now a fetch here with prune should tell me what happens. So that's a typical prune line here. That's good. So now I think I will just do this in real life here. And remove a branch in the remote. That's the origin. That's a remote called origin. Where's the repository itself? Do I get that? Remote repo, yes, here it is. So let's kick a branch in remote repo. Heads. If branch name is not master, then branch remove, delete. Let me delete it. And of course get out of here. The first branch, which is not master, and I hope I am on master here, but we will see if that's the case. And yeah, it's not used. That should be happening. And now I can make a fetch in my local repo. Origin fetch with prune is true, and that should fail now, right? Something should fail in there. Yes, doesn't, that's where it starts. Delete. Go ahead, delete. I think it's kind of the, you know, that's part of the old API and I didn't change it. It kind of makes no sense to me to have it like that. but either you pass in the repository, which this instance has, because that is a static, pardon, it's a class method here instead of an instance method, and this is where this error comes from, stems from. So remote repo delete branch or something, but I'm too lazy to do that now. So before I look up something new, I think that's what it wants. Silly thing, bad API. Branch name required. Oh, okay, sure, it's a class method. How could I'm stupid. So yeah, I think that should do it. Maybe I have to force it too, but yes, let's force it. Can I do this? Can I say -d? Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Just do as I say, do as I command. Do not try to do anything else. With the -d is, you know, oh wait, maybe I can force it. I think I can possibly force it. Delete head. Oh look, it's passed on actually. And force is implemented. Of course force is implemented. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it the git-python way then. Force, please. Thank you. Oops. What? Ah, yeah, remote's origin. Remote's origin, and there we go. I could also use this variable apparently. And maybe I do that, but I think that's more explicit. Oh, that worked. Why did that work? Excuse me? That shouldn't have worked, right? I could verify that it gets a control character that it should not be able to process. Deleted. Can it do deleted? It's interesting. Deleted looks like that when pushing, but I'm wondering. Probably push never had this, but push and prune, does it make sense? Does it even exist? I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, why does that work? I want to reproduce this issue, please. Let's see what it has to say. And no export. Python trace. One should suffice. Oh man. It does call it like that. But maybe it's not the right remote. Maybe it's not the right remote. For some reason. Yeah, I shall jump in. Remote repo. I think that's the one we've seen. RW repo, remotes, origin, URL. Wow. That is interesting. It has no remotes? Are you kidding me? Am I in the right? Remote clone non-bear repo, yes. Ah, man. Because of the finally here, it kicked my repositories away. Again. Here we go. Good. Test remote base and remote repo is the same. That's good. So that's I don't get how it could. I mean, either it works. Yeah, I might wanna. Yeah, I did do that. And apparently it works. I mean, this person here didn't say which version we were looking at. So I was just assuming it's the latest. Also didn't reply to my request yet. So, because I think that happened yesterday at like 8 p.m. So I guess it's fine. But that's definitely one of the tickets that are more, difficult to process. Yeah, so does that mean it works in 3.6? Maybe it does. What happens if we have a flag that we don't know? We would get that. Control character unknown as parsed from line. That looks like, yeah. I mean, it's exactly what we got here. So this means we can't reproduce this, huh? Why can't I reproduce this, man? That should be it here. That should be it totally. Okay, let's print these lines that we get here. Apparently, print line fetch line. Does it mean nothing happens here? Maybe we shouldn't interleave these. Up to date, up to date, up to date. No, we don't get this line. That's the last fetch we see. What the heck? I've deleted this branch. And I definitely have deleted something. I mean, that was visible here as well. Ooh. Experiment 2012, fine. Maybe the fetch, I mean, even if the fetch would happen earlier. No, it doesn't, it can't. That's it. Oh, man. Will you just work, please? I mean, work. I just want to reproduce the error and then easily fix it. I know the fix is easy, but I want to test for it. Come on, work with me here. I'm deleting it and I'm fetching it. So why don't I get this error? Maybe prune comes true. I've just checked that. Prune is there. Fetch prune -v origin. Maybe it's different if it's done like that. Yeah. And I've just jumped in and tried and verified that another prune doesn't actually give me anything. Maybe, yeah. No, actually. So do we have experiment here? No. So where here experiment is still there and up to date. And look, that's what we see last year is something quite different. Yeah, I should probably only run this one test. That's the starting point. Yeah. And that should be the last thing that happens here. An experiment still says it's there. Even though I'm not sure which command triggered this. Here we also do a fetch with progress, remove, git remove, git remote update daemon origin. Something is wrong with the setup, I guess. But when I tried to do it, it worked for me. I could get that line. That's for sure. Here it is. Maybe I should just mock it up then. But I don't like mocking so much. Oh man, this should just work now. Come on, so what's wrong? Why does it not work? Yeah, let's delete all the branches. Let's go all in. Lots of branches deleted. And the fetch still says nothing. Maybe it's not really doing it, but it should, right? It does. It seems to do no work at all. And origin should just be a... Ah! It does no work because we need the daemon origin. Damn it, man. Damn it. So where's the daemon remote? Yeah, because that is, you know, if you're locally hooked up with that. No, wait. I was locally hooked up with that and I got the messages, but maybe that's, yeah, forget that. I think it produces the same messages still. It should. Then maybe I should use daemon origin, which got deleted at some point. We delete a few branches here. We fetch them. Let's assert before we fetch them. and try ourselves. So it wants to do a, what does it want to do usually? Prune dash v, fetch dash dash prune dash v on origin. Fetch. I get that. I get the messages. Maybe I found another bug there. Yeah, I would jump in and execute this line myself and see what return value we get, because we should definitely get something there. Maybe some silliness on my side, wrong code. Well, looks good to me. It's interesting. It doesn't. Maybe it is indeed filtering it out somewhere before that. Doesn't get there. And maybe this is an older version that he uses. Because I can't let's just say this error, this is the way to reproduce it. But apparently this is filtered out before. So here we fetch, here we process the fetch result. Just get through std error. We have actually no progress handler here. Oh, we create one. Yeah, let's check all the lines that we get here. Because this guy doesn't get them. Oh, look, it does work, but it's filtered. Yeah, so why does it filter it? So I guess he is using an older version, because that definitely works. Filtering for him does not work. I think the message handler doesn't. What does it do? In the default implementation, it tries to find maybe, does it drop that line? Possibly. failed lines it returns. Failed lines, that's the ones. Yeah, that's the ones it doesn't process or can't process for progress. And that's okay. It's not a fatal. Oh no, wait, I'm silly and dumb because it already shows that this got printed, so this one here okay, so it filters them here, see? Good. So we have to really just add the flag map. And this filtering doesn't happen for him, so use an old version, man. Use the right version and tell about it. But anyway, this is an error. It's hard for me to, I mean, it obviously doesn't crash, but it should definitely keep the information. I think it's a lowercase x, yeah, in this case. Deleted. Well, I think it is deleted. Let's do it like that. Range 9. Like so. I think the rest should work automatically, but let's be sure. Operation would be none. Yeah, so that should work. Now it would be processed. Oh yeah, I probably should check that there's at least one result. For a fetch info in this one. Ah, Rust. Let's make it num deleted. So that should match. Fi, what's the thing? Flags. Tell me what you have. Commit name. Flags. 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 Actually, like that. That should do. So either my checking here doesn't work, Or there's something else. Let's print the line once again. Oh, interesting. But now it would actually want to find this, right? This mapping. But it didn't. Oh, list index out of range. That's something else. Whoa. This means there was no push info, huh? Okay, I broke my tests. If I remove that, probably I will get further. But my test down there fails, yeah. Ah, okay, that was one of these spurious issues. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Connection refused, that's a typical thing, blah blah. Yeah, good daemon issues. Fuck good daemon issues. Come on, what's up? Just work. Maybe the handling doesn't happen automatically. Flags, no, it does happen automatically. I set them. Then I amend to them. Then we have new head, but it's all part of the same bitmap. So that should work. Definitely that should work. Is it safe to set this to 0? Shouldn't this be its own flag? Odd. Well, let's try again. This time we will have a look at the result. Just a single... What the heck? Why didn't it get more? So if we have a line and the first character is 0, so is the first character not? It is. So that should all be fine. It looks good. Oh no, wait. No, that should be all right. Line 0 is that. And line 1 is a command. If you find a command byte, then we are good. And we should find a command byte because we merged the two sets of fetch info flag map, which now has a small x here for deleted. So yes, it wouldn't prune it anymore. Still, we do not get this information here. Just get one. Oh man, what's going on? Why is this being filtered? Because I thought I had verified already that this actually arrives here. And it was so... so confident that this obviously is working that I did remove my debug printing here, but it might be that, no wait, actually this assertion, now I get it. The fetch head information might also not contain this. Yeah, and this is why it's getting pruned. Oh my god. So we will never see this. Yeah, this is why it's not relevant. This is why that was never included. So let's keep it there. Let's mark it. Yeah. The question is, our fetch info lines, they start with, yeah, I can't add this actually. I think. Wait, here it was, right? Yeah. No, we have to ignore them. X needs to be ignored, otherwise there's a line mismatch here. Nope, doesn't work. That shall be fine. Man. But at least we have a verification. All right. How do we test here then? We delete everything but master, so we should just get one, right? So that should be it now. Good. This one shouldn't have changed. Good. That's the only one. Voila. Fixes 249. Good. Oh yeah, not to forget, very important, flake 8. Talks E flake 8 before it screws my testing. Boom! Told you, test remote 454. Here we go. 6-2. Yeah. Now it should work. Like so. And I think that can be pushed with good conscious. It's actually part of the last one. We just verify it. So that was my git-python session for today. Nothing major, except for ticket 251, which is possibly major because spurious errors in SMMap, you know, it's kind of the foundation. And lots of people might have these, so that shouldn't happen. But it really depends on the case that we have there. Maybe it doesn't really happen, but obviously it's possible for it to happen, but we have to figure out what the actual issue is. All right, that's it for today. git-python 1 hour 20 minutes and done. Thanks for watching and see you next time.